Hi, 6th grade. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do the clay castle. You probably should have gotten a tub of clay from the packet pickup. Things that you will need to have at home. If you have one of these thick cardboard rollers like we use at school, you can use that to roll out clay. If you have an old rolling pin, that works great. If you don't have either one of that, you could use a coffee mug that's straight and solid, or you can use a can of soda. Make sure the soda is inside and don't open it right away because you're going to be rolling it and you want the soda to sit so you don't get sprayed with soda. You'll also need water. You'll need some clay tools. I'm just using a fork and a knife. You might need a pencil and a container full of water. So we're going to open up the container, take out the wet paper towel, and get the clay out. What we're going to do is we're going to roll it together, squeeze it into a ball. Hit it in your hands about maybe 10 times to get the air bubbles out. Then what I do is I kind of roll it, make a nice ball. I'm going to divide this in half. This is going to be the base for my castles. Take my can of soda and I'm going to rock it back and forth. I'm making a slab. Now, if it sticks to the soda can, it's okay. You just need to get the soda can dirty. It's like flowers on a cookie sheet. Your clay might be a little wet in the container, so just be patient with it. Once you roll it out into a slab, you want to cut your base. The extra clay, we're going to use those for towers. I'm using a piece of cardboard to work on. You can use newspaper, anything to protect the table. You want to make sure that you can pick up your clay. That is our base. If you want to make sure it's nice and smooth, you can take your fingers and smooth it. Your castle is going to sit upon the base. So I go back to my clay, I roll it into a ball. This is going to be a tower. Roller. Don't push hard, I just rock it back and forth. Now I'm going to make a tower. I'm going to make a rectangle. So I cut off the ends. That's my rectangle. A lot of castles have the castle line at the top. So if you'd like to take your tool, you can make a castle line at the top of your wall. Do that while it's flat, it's easier. Make sure that I can get it off my cardboard. Make this into a cylinder. So I'm going to take my water and I'm going to get it very shiny on the ends. I take my knife and I make marks, or if you'd like to use your fork, that opens the clay so that it can be joined together. Then I'm carefully going to wrap it around my finger, overlapping the ends. See this crack? That is an enemy to clay because the air gets inside and dries both of it and it falls apart. So I will either take my tool and smooth it, or I can take my finger and get rid of the crack. That's how you join two pieces of clay together. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this tower on that base. Water, score the bottom, opening up the clay, put it on my base. Now, that won't hold, so what I have to do is I have to take a scrap piece of clay and make what I call a worm. It's kind of a coil, and I'm going to get rid of the crack that you see between the base and the tower. So I wrap that coil or worm around the bottom, taking my finger and rid of the crack where the two pieces of clay meet. So I smooth it down, I smooth it up. You don't have to hold your clay up like this. I'm doing this so that you can see what I'm doing. Take my finger and smooth it. Do your towers correctly, you'll be able to pick it up and it won't fall off the base. I'm going to use some of my clay, extra clay, to put like a wall on the back. My leftover clay, I'm going to add a door. Clay is just basically dirt and water. We need for the water to evaporate. Once you like what you have made, let it dry for a week. Don't touch it. Put it in a safe place that the water can evaporate from the clay. Once it's evaporated, if you would like to bring it to school when we have in-person learning, you can bring it to my room. Make sure your name is on the bottom so I know whose is who, and I will put it in my kiln. My kiln is a ceramic oven that gets about 1,783 degrees. It will turn this clay into ceramic that has a tick to it. It's a chemical reaction. If you do not bring it to school, that's okay. Let it dry, leave it the natural clay, and it will look like a castle from medieval times. Hope you have fun.